Hi guys, welcome. Okay, back for the thing. I did make that other video. I just have to watch it first because Avery was up, so I don't know if I was making any sense. I'll watch it after this, and then if it's okay, I'll release it. If it needs to be redone, I'll redo it tomorrow. Let me find the thing. Okay, here we go. Um, Kira, how is Daryl feeling about me? How is Daryl feeling about me? He feels very positive about you. He feels prepared. He thinks that you're attractive, kind, grounded. You have a lot of potential. You're down to earth, stable, creative, humble. Attractive comes up again. Strong, nurturing. Yeah, he feels good about you, this guy. And what's next between Daryl and I? I think he's going to want to see more of you. There's long-term potential here. Four of Wands. Or there's the Four of Wands is anything from upgrading the relationship or more to come, long-term potential. Four of Wands is very positive. There could be very strong relationship ahead. And the Four of Cups in reverse could be he makes you some offers that you can't turn down. Cause for celebration. He may be kind of slow and steady, but he's probably going to want to see you again pretty soon. Tilly, a general for tomorrow. General for tomorrow. Persistence takes you places tomorrow. You also have here the Three of Pentacles. A business relationship or a work relationship may be rewarding. Seven of Cups, you're going to have some choices tomorrow, and somebody from your past could return. Sun comes out tomorrow. Happiness is around tomorrow. Not bad. Kira, general for the next 2 weeks. You've got a couple of nice things happening. So you have, first you have the Six of Wands, and I think this may have something to do with finances or work. Feeling more balanced, feeling like you're paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan. Nice things happening around finances. Three of Cups, something to celebrate comes in around love. You could be starting a new relationship or spending a lot of time with somebody new. The Magician, you could manifest just about anything you want. Focus on what you want more of, not what you want less of. Nine of Pentacles, money is flowing to you over the next 2 weeks. Judgment card, being at the right place at the right time could bring a Pisces in that may be significant. And you have a Virgo here. This Virgo keeps showing up. That, I mean, maybe it's only a friend, but it could be somebody that comes in that's significant for whatever the reason is. Mimi. Why do I feel Jasmine Tyson in my heart right now? Well, I think that you're prepared for more to come from this situation. You've got feeling prepared. You might also be doing a little bit of overthinking. And there could be success around this relationship. I think that you're prepared for more to come, so it's natural to kind of feel like somebody's around you or their energy is near you or with you, especially when you're interested in them and you're spending a lot of time thinking about it. Mustafa. Update on my spiritual abilities and development. Well, you may be shifting gears as far as how you learn. You got the Eight of Cups, walking away from something that no longer serves you and going in a different direction. There may be a spiritual practice that you may feel you're not getting much out of, so you stop doing that and you move on to something else. You sort of change directions, making decisions to maybe even learning a new area of study when it comes to spiritual gifts and psychic development. You've got success around intuition and psychic abilities. You have a lot going on. And you might have a breakthrough, like something you've been working on. You may all of a sudden have a breakthrough. Ashley, future and love. Okay, you got some nice things happening. The love cup is full and things can move forward quickly for you. If you're not with anyone right now, you have a number of people around you. You've got a Taurus, a Leo, and a Cancer. You're leaving in the past disappointment and hurt. Sharp energy and wounds is all moving into the past, and moving forward, growth and transformation comes in around your love life that could lead to long-term potential. I don't know where you are in your love life, but it looks like you're embarking on a personal transformation around love relationships. So if you're not with anyone right now, somebody new comes in and it's a different type of relationship than you've had before. If you're with someone now, your current relationship grows and changes. The relationship that you both have together changes you both as people. Beautiful one. Will a relationship grow with Morgan? Will a relationship grow with Morgan? You got a 33% chance, yes, a relationship can grow. Georgia, is my car going to get towed? Yeah, I think it is. I don't know if you could put, I don't know what the situation is that it's going to be towed. If it's like broken down or something, or if it's just parked illegally. But yeah, you got 3 aces. Mustafa. I don't see the question yet. Oh, there it is. I'm changing my fashion style in a private and social settings to wear all black clothes and wearing numerous fat color rare gemstone rings on both my hands. Dragon's blood. How will people feel? Some people are going to distance themselves from you because they're going to feel like there's some kind of evil or dark energy around you. Some people are not going to care at all, either way, what you do. Like, it's just not going to faze them. And then some people are going to admire it. They're going to notice the change and they're going to admire it. You know, everyone's not going to feel the same. But, like, someone like me, if I saw you dressing like that and all of a sudden you changed, I would think, oh, that's great. He's growing, he's changing as a person, he's into different things. Some people get very stuck in, like, you know, a certain mindset and they believe that that's right and that's the only way that you can be. I'm not saying that they're wrong. They have the right to feel however they want. But people like look at things differently. It's just how it is. So you're going to have different reactions from different people. Moon. What's the future look like between me and this person? Me and this person. What's the future look like? Well, you got success and happiness coming in, but you have choices. So you may have to make decisions around this situation. Around you, you have a Virgo and an Aquarius. If this person is not a Virgo or an Aquarius, They could have competition. Somebody may come in, Virgo or an Aquarius, that offer you something that you can't turn down. That would be very hard to turn down. And it does look like you and this person don't always see eye to eye, and there could be a lot of arguments in this situation. Ashley, what's next for me and Adam? Well, there's anxiety around this situation and a little bit of sharp energy, and I would be careful that there's not a third party meddling in this situation. I don't know where you are in the relationship with this person, but Three of Cups in reverse is there's a third party interference somewhere. And it doesn't look like things grow and change as fast as you want them to. It might not be the easiest road. So what comes up next with him is like there's somebody else meddling in this situation. There's sharp energy. There could be an argument or you're both not on the same page. It's not to say that that can't change. At some point that can change, but it looks like it gets messier before it gets better. Mustafa, how would Miriam think and feel if she saw the last entire 3 years of my life in a movie? Wow. Okay, let's see. Interesting. So first, it would change the way she treats you quickly for the better. She would be treating you better out of nowhere if she saw what went on over the last 3 years. She would be shocked, surprised, and she would be amazed at some of the things. And she also would feel like you've come a long way and you've really grown and transformed. Too bad you can't do that because I think it would do you good. Mustafa, what would my wife want to tell me if she saw the last 3 years of my life in a movie, every single day of it? She would be undecided. She wouldn't know what to say. So what comes up around her is indecision. She would back up, pull her energy back a little bit until she's more prepared to process everything that she saw. It seems like she's a little bit more intimidated by whatever happened, where Miriam is not so intimidated by it, where it would make her kind of understand you better. I think your wife might be a little bit scared. But she does get through it and comes out the other side. Like, she doesn't, like, leave you in the dust because she sees this. But it's like, it would make her think, and it would, like, make her almost frozen, sort of like with fear. Where I don't get that from Miriam. Miriam's more of like, wow, look at everything that you've been through, and now look at where you are. Look at how far you've come. I think she understands it a little bit better. Talia, when will B reach out? Within the next 4 days, possible. Sepia General. You're about to go through a huge growth and transformation. You have love coming in that moves forward pretty quickly, but your whole world, like your whole being changes. You grow and change. And I think that you do a lot of work on focusing on what you want, what you need, which then propels your life forward because you reflect back at you what you're putting out into the universe. And I think you're just growing and changing, and you're not going to be the same person, 3 months from now that you are right now. You're not going to be in the same place either. Slow and steady wins the race, even though your love can move forward really quickly, but then it might plateau, which is fine. There may also be some indecision around career or job change. Something of that nature might come up. You could be starting a new journey. So that could be a new job or a new business opportunity that may come in. Got a lot of strength coming in. Stepping into your own strength, your own personal power, helps you to grow, transform, and change. and you're prepared for it. You have a wish, put it out into the universe, and you're going to have some choices for sure. Seven of Cups. Sepia Love. Could have a new soulmate relationship starting that makes you feel like finally I can exhale. You're prepared for that as well. Leaving in the past betrayal, bullshit, old wounds, feeling unstable, unsuccessful, unlovable, any of that nonsense moves into the past. Moving forward, you're going to have some choices, which may be really healthy right now. Hangman in reverse, things start to move forward. So you have a Leo coming in, you have a Taurus coming in, and then you have hearing from somebody out of the blue that you haven't spoken to. Messages come in out of the blue. You also have a wish around love. Listen to your intuition. If something doesn't sit right with you, go with it. You have the you have balance coming in around your love life. You also have a water sign coming in that has a lot of potential. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Sepia, career. Career starts to move forward and you're feeling a little bit more stable when you're no longer holding yourself back. You might have mild anxiety around career, if not the biggest of deals. It moves into the past pretty quickly. Could be starting a new journey. You may get a new offer. Page of Pentacles, you know I like him. Practical side business that earns you money that could blossom into something much more lucrative. The Sun. Happiness comes out around your career. Being at the right place at the right time could also push your career or side business forward quickly. I like side business. I think it's a good idea for everyone. Mustafa, what spiritual breakthrough will I have in my spiritual abilities? Your intuition, your third eye, intuition or clairvoyance. Whatever you feel you're stronger with, there's going to be a breakthrough for sure, and then that's going to bring you much happiness and a lot of confidence. Mustafa, so many tarot readers keep telling me October is extremely significant for me in all areas of my life. What would my spirit guides want to tell me about October? Okay, let's see. Seven of Water, a complex decision, the need to do research. Stop procrastinating. The Star, Archangel Jophiel, happy times. Make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You're on the right path. The Six of Air, things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, and taking a trip. Ooh, excuse me. I like the Star, Archangel Jophiel, happy times. You're on the right path. Mustafa, I don't see the question yet, so let me do Ellen. Was any negative magic sent my way to my Virgo? No, I don't believe anything negative was sent to the Virgo. Ashley, will he reach out to me? It could take some time. I'm not seeing it happening anytime soon. Got a 33% chance, and it could take a while before he reaches out. Mustafa, how would my future wife react if I told her about my childhood experiences of being haunted by evil spirits and how I got over that and changed my life to becoming a successful businessman? She would be impressed by you, but she would be a little bit skeptical. So she comes up as like a little bit undecided. Like on one hand, she feels like, wow, he's come a long way. And on the other hand, she's like, I'm not so sure that I believe it. Or it's hard for her to wrap her brain around it. And I don't think that she wants to think too much about it because I do think it would scare her. Ashley, future career. You may be walking away from something, feeling like it no longer serves you. You got the strength to do it. If you're in the middle of something right now that feels like it's very stuck in the mud, like this career is going nowhere, you may at some point decide to leave it and move on to something else that speaks to your soul a little bit more. You have the magician here, which means you can manifest anything you want when the magician shows up. So if you want a new career or a new job, just put out into the universe what you want, because that opportunity can show up with little effort. Nine of Pentacles, more money is flowing to you. Four of Pentacles, financial stability is on its way, and the Four of Cups in reverse. You can be at the right place at the right time where you're presented with an offer that would be very hard to turn down, and success comes in. You may change jobs or shift careers or something of that nature in the near future. Or even if it's not right away, because this year everything is just taking so long and everything is taking forever to happen. At some point, you might look to change careers, and it would be something that would be a little bit more like your soul's calling. Mustafa, how would Miriam and Fire Sign feel if I changed my fashion style to the way I'm thinking in my head right now? I hope it doesn't push them away. You know what? You have to be who you are. You can't be somebody else. You just can't. So if that's what you want to do, if that's what's resonating with you, if that's the person that you've grown into, you have to be that person. You can't worry about how other people think. See, it's your choice. I learned that lesson the hard way. I think that they both would be accepting of it. They may have to digest it, both of them, but then I think that they would be okay. Actually, the wife, you might already have become this person. You know what I mean? So when you meet her, she may have already, it might not be, it may be who you've always been to her or who she's known you as. But when I was younger, I had my one friend, her mom used to like meddle in our lives. Like she was the kind of mom that, like, not it, her and my other friends, the same hairdresser, and she used to always say like these really shitty things to my other friend's mom, and I don't know. It was like at certain points where you didn't know whose mother was lying. But anyway, aside from all that, this woman was very manipulating. So, and she was also very cool. So everybody always hung out at her house. And she told me that I was seeing at that time. She said that he thought that I shouldn't wear red lipstick because red lipstick was too harsh, and that he thought that I needed a haircut, that I should cut my hair. So, and also my look. Like I was like 15, and I was like in this stage where like I thought I was going to be a rock star, and I used to wear like mini skirts and you know stupid shit. I was 15, whatever. So I started dressing a little bit more conservatively, and I stopped wearing red lipstick, and I got a haircut. My mom was a hairdresser. She didn't cut it crazy, but she cut it was noticeably shorter. He didn't notice. He didn't know. He had no idea. And I was like, gee, I wonder why, Greg hasn't noticed that, I'm doing everything that he likes. I was trying to be who I thought he wanted me to be. And then after I stopped seeing him, like years went by, I hadn't seen him. And then I ran into him years later, and I mentioned this to him, and he was like, Danny, I was 17. He's like, do you think that I had any fucking clue what color lipstick you should be wearing? He's like, I didn't say those things. But anyway, point being, you can't be a certain person, or you can't try to be something else for somebody. It just, that's phony, and then, you You just can't. You have to be who you are, and they have to like you for you. And if they don't, too bad. And don't give up the red lipstick. But I really thought, back then I thought, oh, well, he'll like me more. No. I mean, who knows why she chose those things for me to change? Or maybe she just wanted to see if I would listen. Who the hell knows? People are fucked up. But anyway. Um, Lovely. What do I need to focus on in October? Okay. Okay, you have a couple of things. First of all, self-care comes out big time. Four of Swords would be like rest, relaxation, taking care of yourself first. And then another thing that comes up is putting old wounds to bed. Whatever it is, if you have like a recurring wound that keeps showing up through your life, try if you can to get to the bottom of it and put it in the past. Whatever it is, let it go. Focusing on wiping the slate clean, focusing on self-care, what I need for myself, and then your life moves forward in November. Sepia, is the water sign for potential a Cancer? Okay, let's see. Is this water sign a Cancer, possibly? Could be. Yeah, it's very possible. I'm going to say you have like about a 75%, 75 to 80% chance it is a Cancer. Francesca, what's coming towards me next week? Life starts to move forward quickly. Life changes for the better fast. You hear from someone you haven't heard from in quite some time, and your intuition is heightened. Ellen, is the Virgo going to leave me? I don't believe that you're going to be together forever. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I would never say to anybody that you're going to be together forever because I don't believe that for everyone. But it does come up that there's a chance of a breakup or some distance coming into this situation. Cinnamon, when will I get my sexy back? It's been years since I truly felt confident about myself, and I just want to scream now because I miss being a badass. I hear you. I hear ya. Like I was saying the other day, like I've been feeling like that myself. First of all, I'm 50 pounds heavier right now than I normally am, so that sucks. This October, and this autumn, something should shift this autumn that just makes you feel. So then I start thinking to myself, like, it's not how fat I am. It's not how skinny I am. It's not how much makeup I wear, or if I don't wear any makeup at all. The way that I feel comes from what's inside me, right? Because other things, some people like heavier women, some people like thin women, some women look better with brown hair, it's not about that. So I just started saying to myself, okay, I'm going to try every day to do something to make myself feel better. So what, like, I bought like a new salt scrub. I always get salt, not sugar, because salt is really cleansing, and the negativity and everything. And I'm like, okay, so I'm going to do something every day that makes me feel better, whether it's something physical or it's something like coloring my hair. I colored my hair the other day, or staying on top of like my face care. I don't do it. I don't have a crazy regimen, but before I got pregnant, I was doing the derma roller. You ever hear of that? And I liked it. I don't know. I liked it. And I stopped doing it because, I don't, one thing probably doesn't have to do with the other, but I felt like I didn't want my body focusing on healing my face when it's supposed to be growing the baby. I didn't want, just like they say you're not supposed to get a tattoo because your body focuses on the healing, whatever. Anyway, so I stopped doing it. Anyway, she's 9 months old, so I've just been, once again, lazy. So I'm going to start doing the derma rolling again because, you know, why not? I mean, I have them. I mean, how long does it take? 3 seconds? Like, why don't I do it? So I'm trying to like focus on little things like that that I can do to make myself feel better because I've been feeling the same way, especially with the weight. I mean, not even for the way that I look, but just because everything is so hard when you're this much heavier. And I did never realize that. I have a totally new respect for people now that like come to yoga, especially for the first time, that have weight to lose because everything is much harder. But anyhow, that's all besides the point. I would say try to do something every day that makes you feel good. Even if it's doing your nails, putting cream on your feet. That's another thing. Last night, I never wear socks. But I creamed up my feet and I put socks on and I slept with them. And I wore the socks all day today before my shower. So do something that makes you feel good. And I think that's going to help to bring your confidence back. Red, general for October. Could be hearing from somebody who you haven't seen or spoken to in quite some time. And you're letting a disappointment go. You may be spending a lot of time thinking about this disappointment, but you're putting it behind you in the month of October. Could be spending a lot of time with the Virgo. Your intuition is enhanced. Being at the right place at the right time could bring a job or business opportunity in. Love cup is full, possibly with a Pisces. Cause for celebration comes in, and you start going through transformation. That transformation may start with healing this old wound that's going into the past. Mustafa. And I don't see yet. Let me do Sepia. How would it go if I want to trade my car in for a newer year? Would I have a hard time? No, I actually think that things would be really, you would probably get a steal right now because nobody's buying cars. And remember how Volkswagen was trying to rip me off, and I thought that it was going to be a warranty repair, otherwise I wouldn't have brought it there. But my friend who fixed my car, like when I was at his place, he said that the car dealers are desperate. They're desperate, so that's why they're trying to get all this work out of like customers because they're not making any money. So if you went to trade your car in, you probably would get a really good deal because they're desperate to move them. And from what I've heard, I don't know how true it is, the best time to go is at the end of the month because that's when they're really desperate to move them. I think you would get a steal. Yeah, I would, can't hurt to go look. But I think that you'll probably get something really good. Do we have a holiday coming up? Maybe, oh no, what am I thinking? I don't even know what day it is. You know what? I would go because I think you're going to be able to get a steal. I don't think they're moving anything right now, or they haven't all year. Mustafa, how would my wife's family think and feel if I had my spiritual abilities and practices, but rarely during creepy moments I share a small fun fact about the demons in a slow word voice? I don't know if I would suggest that until they know you very well. I would hold off on that, like I said, until you know them very well, because some people are not going to believe it. They're just going to think that you're fooling around. But somebody may be legitimately scared by it, and somebody else may think that you're just lying. So I would just not do that. Or I would wait until they know you well enough, like, because some things sound crazy, like the woman that reads my cards, like we just have a weird connection. We have a very strange connection. She's been reading my cards for God knows how long. And this was a while ago. This had to be, I'm going to say it was at least 10 years ago, maybe longer. But she'd been reading me for a long time. And then she kept saying to me, and she's not a medium, she doesn't claim to be a medium, but every once in a while, like me, right? Every once in a while, she hears something. So she kept telling me, your mother's giving me a name. And yeah, I'm going through all these names. And she's like, no, 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 that's it. So then finally, I mentioned my grandfather's name, and she's like, that's it. And she kept saying it. And I was like, yeah, that's my grandfather. And come to find out, she said to me, she's like, your grandfather is buried right behind my father. And when she said it, right, I knew exactly who she was talking about, because the plot where her father was buried had all this stuff. Like there was a radio out there was a cop car out there, like trees, all kinds of stuff. Like it looked like there were people there constantly putting things out for him. So we used to always laugh, like we used to always tease, oh, look at this guy, he's got everything. So I knew what she was talking about. And I remember seeing the last name. And I guess I just somehow assumed that her last name was her married last name, not realizing that she runs her business with her maiden name. So I never made the connection when I saw the plot. And her father died like maybe a week or two before my grandfather. Anyhow, the cemetery that they're buried in is tremendous. So for my mother, my grandmother, and my grandfather to be buried right behind her parents that's pretty coincidental. But the point is that for her to, like, she kept saying, like, there's a name. So it's like obviously she was connecting to my mother. My mother wanted her to know, or let me know of this connection, because how interesting is this? It's a really old cemetery, and there are a lot of plots that have like headstones from like the 1800s, like really old stuff. So after my mom died, we would go up there, or like if I went alone, right, I would say to my brother, did you put flowers on mommy's grave? And he would be like, no, I haven't been up there. And vice versa, he would say, oh, somebody put a tree by mommy's grave, was that you? And I was like, no. Come to find out, all these years not knowing, because she never knew my last name, I always paid her in cash, she just knew me as Danny, that she was the one that was putting flowers. So it's crazy, right? That like a spirit world was connecting through her to let me know this so we could make the connection. And she said, there's a lot of old plots there and nobody ever brings them flowers. So when I go up there, I bring flowers for all the neighbors. So it was her that was leaving the flowers. I had no idea, and in a million years I never would have made that connection. Now, I can't tell that story to anyone, because most people are like, they just think it's bullshit. They're like, yeah, 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 whatever. But meanwhile, it's like that really happened, and I have it on tape somewhere, God knows where. But and my friend who I used to go with, like, she listened to that tape, and she was like, that's unbelievable. And other things like that have happened between her and I. My father dated this woman who is very, very well off. I mean, this is years ago. My father's been living in Florida for like 25 years. He was living with her here, and her name was Bonnie. And she said to me once, she's like, who's Bonnie? And I'm like, oh, well, my father dated a woman named Bonnie. And then we both at the same time said her last name. And I was like, how do you know her? Anyway, I mean, I only met this woman like 2 or 3 times in my life. It wasn't like she was someone who was in my life for like 20 years. She says to me, she goes, well, when you said her name, she stood up behind you. And she's like, she's dead, huh? And I was like, yeah, she recently died. And she's like, oh, I knew her, because they worked together like a year, like when she was like in high school, she worked with her or worked for her or something. But once again, and it's on tape, and you hear us at the same time say the woman's last name. Like, but I can't tell that to just anyone, because people think, oh, well, she must have researched you and she must have known, and must have looked up your father. And listen, I met this woman twice. How she knew my father dated her 25 years ago or 20 years ago, whatever it was. But anyway, so the point is, know your audience before you start, because, a lot of times you're going to just get people that are going to say, like, not believe you or make fun of you, and who needs to hear it from them? Anyhow, Sepia, how would it go? Oh, I did that one. It's Anna. What are my spiritual abilities? Spiritual abilities. Intuition, definitely. Empathy, intuition. Power of manifestation, too, with the Magician card. I would definitely work with the law of attraction and putting out into the universe exactly what you want. And you can do like little things, like I intend to see a pink bus tomorrow. And when you're going to start to see these things pop up, you'll realize that you have this ability to call in things. Everybody, but some people have stronger abilities in certain areas than other people, and I think you may be able to get it like this. I was doing these little exercises with my yoga classes, and there was one girl. There was actually two girls. No matter what it was that I said, they saw it. A yellow beetle, a pink, what was it? A cherry, a lemon. They would say within minutes of leaving the studio, they would run into it. They were really open to it, and they just had that capability. Um, Other people were not so in tune to it, but I think that that's something that if you work on that, you'll be really good at calling things in. But you also have intuition and empathy. I mean, we all have spiritual gifts. It's how you cultivate them and how you work with them. And I don't know. I just think that the power of manifestation is going to be one huge thing for you. Mariana, general for October. General for October. October may be a pretty busy month for you. You've got the possibility of going back to school or learning some sort of a new skill of some type with the Eight of Pentacles. The Fool, starting a new journey. It could be the school thing. Perseverance takes you to the next level career-wise or work finances, whatever that is. You have a wish, put it out into the universe. Could be spending a lot of time with a Virgo and a Taurus. You have a Virgo, a Taurus, and a Capricorn around you. They may just be friends. They could be coworkers, but they're significant. Cause for celebration comes in around the love relationship in the month of October. Walking away from something that no longer serves you, too, in the month of October. John. Oh, you picked the question. All right. All right, so let's just do general. See what's coming up here. Life starts to move forward quickly when you let go of arguments and anxiety. Sharp energy moves into the past. You may be spending a lot of time thinking or overthinking something that's going on in your life. Try not to overthink. Whatever it is, it'll work itself out. Being at the right place at the right time could bring in an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You have a creative project around you that you might be getting a lot of enjoyment out of, and you have good karma coming in. Regret, negativity, that also moves into the past. You may be taking a trip to water, by water, around water, or across water coming up. Life changes for the better quickly, especially coming around either going back to school or on the job training, learning a new skill of some type, plus the Page of Pentacles, starting a new business or it's usually a side business or something, a practical way of making extra money. You also have a wish here, so put that out into the universe. Plus, Four of Wands, heading towards the happy home. Four of Wands is always positive. I don't know where you are in your love life, but this could be engagement, marriage, moving in together. If you're not with anyone, this could be the upgrading a relationship. So if you're not with anyone and you're not talking to anyone, somebody new could come in. Four of Wands is always positive when it's upright. So you got good stuff happening. Sepia, Derek and I still not speaking to him. You should be having a conversation soon. Could be an argument. Five of Swords. It's a little bit of sharp energy around the situation. The thing is, though, you have a wish around this situation. And at some point, he may be working really hard to get back into your good graces. He may be trying to change. Four of Cups in reverse, and maybe he may come in with an offer that would be hard to turn down, but you know, that's your choice. It doesn't look like the timing around the situation is great. But I think you are going to have a conversation, or maybe even an argument with him soon. And he may give you some kind of song and dance about wanting to change, wanting to get back into your good graces. And he may be putting in some serious effort coming up in the near future. Yeah, I heard that the derma roller was good for stretch marks too. I also heard that it was good for your scalp, like rejuvenating your hair growth. But I don't know how to do it so that it doesn't pull my hair. I don't know. Maybe it's only me that's having trouble with it, but I don't know. You know who was doing it? And I love her. I haven't seen her in a while. June Penny. I like her channel. Like, she's just so real. I just like her. That's where I got the idea of the derma roller. I saw her that she had one. Cat, love reading. I'm single. Well, you're going on a new journey, so somebody should be coming in. That card fell out. Could be starting a new journey with a Sagittarius, brings in happiness, and the relationship moves forward quickly. You could meet this person around job, work, or school, whatever it is that you do all day. Cream the feet. One of my toes, I don't know, there's a skin problem. It's like splitting. Maria, general for the next 2 weeks. General for the next 2 weeks. Okay, so the first thing that comes in around you is a wish. Put that into the universe. Somebody may come in with an offer that's going to be hard to refuse, and it's going to be a thing like divine timing. You're at the right place at the right time, and the person could be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Success comes in around feeling balanced around your life. Your life comes back into balance, finally feeling like the hard work that you put into your career or your job, school, whatever it is that you do all day, and now you're starting to see the fruits of your labor pay off. Passion comes in around an Aquarius. You also have a Virgo here. And persistence pushes your life forward when you no longer hold yourself back. You take off the restraints. Kiki, am I sick? Okay, I don't know how you mean sick. Like mentally sick, physically sick. But I'm going to ask it as a yes or no question. Because if you're physically sick, you know I would tell you to always go see a doctor. Same thing. Oh, do I have a cold? Okay. Mm, 70% chance yes, or you're coming down with a cold. I would try to get in front of that by pumping up this vitamin C and the zinc. And if you're not feeling well, I would go see a doctor. Kiki, is Zach still coming back? Yes, he is. Phantom, do I have any blockages and things I need to change? No, you actually have a wish around you. It looks like you may be feeling like finally you're seeing the fruits of your labor come to fruition. It looks like your life is moving forward. I think we all have blocks, right? And we're always our own worst enemy. So I would just say, for me, I would say the biggest thing, if you feel like you're stuck or there's things that could be improved, just being open to the possibility that things can change and things can shift and that anything is possible. That was a huge thing for me. Like studying with the law of attraction coaches, that was a big thing for me when I think it was when I was working with Veronica. She said, just being open to the, like, hey, you never know what tomorrow's going to bring, like that kind of thing. Like, you never know. Like, maybe the planets are aligning to set things up in my favor. It could be, right? So I felt like that kind of took down some of the blocks because you know when like you have a thought and like you might go, that's never going to happen. Like, oh well, when I hit the lotto, well that's never going to fucking happen. Yeah, but someone's going to hit. So if you start to think like, well, it could be me. I could hit the lotto. I could come into a large sum of money. Like, I think that helps to break down some of the blockages with whatever area of your life you're dealing with. But overall, it looks like you're on the right track. Lydia, is there a possibility of intimacy with Hugo? Yes, definitely. And more than once. Yeah, there's definitely 70% chance, but with the Fool, it's like a journey. So it's not like a one night stand. It's like something that's continuing. John, what will happen in November for me? Well, you've got the Lover's card here, so something very positive may happen in your love life. You're no longer holding yourself back, and it looks like there could be cause for celebration around a love relationship. Maybe somebody, if you're already with this person, or maybe you were with this person, Six of Cups, somebody from your past returns, success around love, you have a wish, put that out into the universe. Feeling a little bit more balanced in your life altogether and starting a new journey of some type. It should be a pretty positive month, November. God, I can't believe, like, we're already at the end of the year. This is crazy. Phantom did one for Sue. NC. How is SC feeling about me currently? Thinks that you're successful, well-balanced, humble, stable, sincere, spontaneous, attractive, grounded down to earth, hardworking, and intuitive. Sue, will I be successful with the current application cycle? Am I on time? Okay, let me see. Will I be successful? I think so. You got 3 aces. You should be fine. You should definitely be fine. Phantom reading for Cinnamon. Kiki, how does Grant the Scorpio feel about me? Thinks that you're funny, spiritually connected, happy, that you have a good personality. Thinks that you're attractive, hardworking, grounded, stable, nurturing, kind, interesting, intriguing, genuine, and humble. It's Anna. What will my future career be? I can't tell you that. I need to know what you're considering. Like, I can't just pull a career out for somebody I've never met before. I don't know. And the cards don't really speak that way. Like, they would say business. Okay, well, we all got to work for a business. So if you want to ask a different question, or if you want to give me options, like I can weigh, like, should I be a nurse or should I be a teacher? Should I be a geologist or should I be a doctor? Like, I can go one against the other and tell you what comes up better. But I can't just pull out a career out of the sky. I don't know. Ellen. Did E pick up on my pregnancy scare energetically? He's intuitive. Okay, let's see. He may have, yeah. Lovely. Let's see, get reading from Malika. Kiki, will Zach forget me? What does he think about me? No, he's not going to forget you. He thinks that you're grounded, stable, focused. He thinks that you're funny, kind, caring, spontaneous, adventurous, attractive. He's not going to forget you, no. I mean, he may not, you know how, like, there is sometimes like you don't think about people every day. Like I have friends, I don't think about them every day, but it doesn't mean I forgot about them. You know what I mean? And then like there are yoga people. This happens with me with yoga students all the time. Like somebody will just stop coming, and then I don't really realize that they've disappeared until they come back, because there's just so many people that come in and out, or that's the way it used to be. Now forget it. Um, but no, he's not. No, you don't like totally forget about somebody like he's never met you. No, that's not going to happen. Mustafa, how soon after I graduate will I be able to live in a luxury apartment by myself? The following winter. So if you graduate in May, then it would be the following winter. If you graduate in January or December, it would be the following winter. Um, Cinnamon, general for October. Okay, general for October. Love cup is full. Love cup is full. Eight of Pentacles. You could be learning a new job, a new skill, going back to school. It could be for business. It could be for pleasure. Life starts to move forward quickly. You might have to make a decision about something and you're feeling a little bit undecided. Balance comes back into your life and you're persistent. You're persevering. So whatever you're navigating through right now, you're getting through it and you're coming out the other side with good karma. Being at the right place, right time could bring an Aries into your life in the month of October. Lovely. I know I have indigenous roots. I know not much about it, but I'm always curious and sometimes even feel called to it. Is it right or is it just in my head? Like me, I thought I was English. No, you know what I believe really? If you're called to something, there's a reason for it. Um, they're just, like there's a reason why that resonates with you. So I do believe that there's more to it. It may be a past life thing. I mean, I swear, ever since I was 5, I always thought that there had to be some English in me because I felt such a calling to England. I don't know why. I mean, my father introduced me to the Beatles when I was 5, and I was just obsessed with them. Like I just wanted to know everything about England. I just love English people. I don't know what it is. I love the accent. I love the whole thing. I've never been there, but I always felt called to it. So I had my DNA done because I was like so sure that I was going to have English in me, and there's none. No, it's like 95% Italian. Like my father goes, "You're going to come back Italian." And I'm like, yeah, but you don't know because it goes back so far. And he's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyhow, um, I don't believe it's in your head. No, I don't believe it's in your head. Let's see. No, I would, have a DNA test done. It's so interesting. For me, it was really interesting because my whole life, people will always would be like, there's no way you're Italian. You got to have something else in you. You have to have this, that, the next thing. I heard it all. So, I mean, I was even convinced. I'm like, I must have something else in me. Um, so I had to, I mean, like, my family really hasn't been here that long. So that was kind of stupid. But, I thought, well, who knows? Like, they may have come from Italy, but where did they come before Italy? Like, you got to go back to what the Fertile Crescent was, like the Middle East. I don't know. I don't remember history so hot, but I'm like, we had to come from somewhere. How, like, maybe they weren't born in Italy. Maybe they were born somewhere else and went to Italy. Maybe they were born in England and went to Italy. Anyhow. But no, if you feel a call into it, I think that there's a reason for that. I would investigate it if you can. Ellen, how does E feel about the pregnancy scare? Doesn't feel anything because feels like if it was something like you would have said something and nothing was said, so it's not something that was ever confirmed. So whatever the feeling this person had, it went away, like it's gone. So they don't feel anything. It's just like not there anymore. It dissipated. They don't feel it anymore. Mariana, general for the week. Week moves forward slow and steady. You're no longer holding yourself back. You're walking away from something that no longer serves you, and you could have a large sum of money on its way. Kiki, do you think I have COVID? I would go get tested. Can't hurt to get tested. I don't think you have it, but I would go get tested anyway. The thing is that they're going to test you and they're going to tell you to go stay home for 8 days. I think it was 8 days. They told my dad he had to be home for 8 days. No, 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 2 weeks. Get the test results back in 8 days. That's what it is. But they're not going to give you any medicine for it. My father took NyQuil. That's what he took. He recovered. They don't give you anything for it. You'll find out in 8 days if you have it. But I would go have the test done anyway. Um, Mustafa, financial reading. Oh no, wait, it's Malika, but Mustafa, I didn't get to yours yet. Okay. This is for Malika, you're coming to a time in your life where you got some good luck coming in. Growth and transformation happens around work, and choices. So you could be presented with several choices. Eight of Pentacles, you could be going back to school for something. The Five of Pentacles in reverse, paying off a debt or a loan is something that makes you feel relief and starting a new journey. Finances could improve because you're going back to school. You do take your career in a different place. Or it could be that you're going for on-the-job training that puts you higher in the company. Whatever it is, there's movement and there's a new journey coming in that brings in more money before the end of the year. Sepia, Derek wants to make up because all his women are falling off or because he really wants to do the right thing. I think it's a little bit of both, to be totally honest. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. I do think he wants to do the right thing, but I think other people have lost patience with him. And I think he's kind of blown himself up, exposed himself for who he is. And I don't think that anybody else really wants him. And I don't think this guy wants to be alone at all. I think he wants to be a big shot. He wants to spend money on people. And it's not working for him. Yeah, he's kind of like a sorry sack, this guy. Mustafa, how will my dad's side of the family feel if a year from now I get a high-paying job and live in a high and luxurious life and change my last name and made it clear that I don't want them in my life? For the most part, it's not going to be easy to get away without arguments, and they're going to be persistent. Um, some people may just let you go, and they may just feel like betrayed by you, and they might not even, like, they'll just feel heartbroken and they'll just let you go. But I think that overall, it's going to be hard to detach from them totally. They're going to be, somebody may be very argumentative about it. Sepia, is Derek still involved with other women? I think there is still somebody around him, yeah. I don't think that he's got rid of everybody. I mean, you have to think of it too this way. He's a really good bullshit artist if he's pulling all this. And there are some women that can't see through that, can't or won't see through it because they have low self-esteem and they don't want to be alone and they'll put up with anything. So there's got to be someone he still has hanging on the edge of the line. Alan, ease feelings when he felt that I might be pregnant. Not really happy. No, felt like Six of Pentacles in reverse is like disrespected. I mean, you didn't do anything to disrespect him unless you pulled some kind of stunt behind his back and lied, but I don't get that. But not thrilled, disappointed, or not ready, disappointed, concerned. But it dissipated fast, so it dissipated quickly. You know, you can't, you know, if somebody just has a feeling, but the feeling hasn't been, you know, it's like I could feel like the next door neighbor hates me. But if they never tell me they hate me and it's all in my head, you know, you're not going to give that much energy to it because it's like, well, they never said anything, so it's probably nothing, and then it just goes away. But it would come up that, oh, damn, I'm disappointed, unhappy, and disrespected, or concerned, like that kind of a thing. Or like, we don't need to deal with this right now, kind of energy. Crystal, love reading. Things may be slow and steady around love. Looks like there may be an argument. If you've been dating someone, there could be an argument about something. Watch out for overthinking. Try not to overthink things too much. You do have a wish around a love situation, but it looks like old wounds resurface and the same old argument happens. Moving past that, you may have opportunities in choices around love, but it doesn't look like, I don't know, things look like they're very messy. Arguments, the same old fight happening, feeling betrayed, feeling burdened, and then things start to move forward. And then feeling like, I'm going to focus on this relationship, but then things take a turn for this, and they don't feel so successful. I don't know, love may be a little bit messy moving forward. And there could be other people around. Seven of Cups and the Three of Cups in reverse. There could be other choices that you have around you, or you could be getting involved in a third-party situation. I don't know. Things look a little messy over the next couple of months. John, will I win the court trial? I think you will. Yep. T. Yvette, general for me in the Sag. Listen to your intuition. If you haven't seen him in a while, you should be seeing him soon or hearing from him soon. There's happiness around the situation. It's in reverse, so it may take some time before you get there. You may have a little bit of an argument with him, not a big deal though. And then things could start to move forward quickly. If he's someone from your past, he's returning. If not, someone from your past is returning. And you have a wish around that situation. You guys also may be thinking about doing something together, like Eight of Pentacles, learning some kind of a new skill, but it doesn't look like it's for a job. It looks like it's something fun. Like it may be like, I don't know, taking 8-week course in ceramics, something fun, or line dancing, whatever the hell it is. But you might be doing something like that together. That's fun coming up. Mustafa, when I live on my own, the winter after I get the job, like the card suggests, when I live in the luxury apartments, will all the money go to rent, or will I be rich enough to have some fun and invest? Okay, will I have extra money? It looks like money comes to you pretty easily. I think you're going to be okay. Crystal, did Eric talk to his son about paying rent? I don't think so. No. Anthony, does my email reach the Cancer girl? Yes, I think so. And did she read it, and how does she feel? Why not reply to anything? I'm afraid she blocked my emails also. I don't think she read it yet. I don't think she read it because she might be busy with work or school. She's got a lot going on around work or school, feels very weighed down by the weight of the world, but she's also very focused. I don't think she's gotten to it yet. That's why. And I don't think she did block the email. Graham, is Pedro thinking about me? Yes, he is thinking about you. But if you've been trying to get pregnant, then why did you say it was a scare? Unless he's just not ready. You did say it was a scare, didn't you? It was a pregnancy scare. So if you're trying to get pregnant, then why were you scared? But I still don't think he may not just be ready, or he could be very overwhelmed by the idea of it. Or maybe, yeah, it could be overwhelmed by the idea of it. Most guys get overwhelmed by the idea of it. But anyway, Mustafa, how would my dad's family feel if after a year, when I graduated and got a high-paying job and live on my own and cut them off, I honestly explained to each of them as they reach out, but not change? Okay, let's see. Once again, you're going to have some people that are going to listen to you and they're going to be okay with it. Then there are going to be some people that are going to just be very difficult to deal with. Yeah, some people are going to feel very regretful. Not everyone's going to feel the same way. Overall, I think you're going to have a harder time with these people than understanding. I don't think that they're going to understand really where you're coming from or why you're behaving like this. If you really want to distance yourself from them, I would try to do it kind of like with the B guy, You know, like try to cut them out slowly without making a big deal, because I think they're going to argue with you. I don't think that they think that they've done anything wrong. Like whatever it is, like this is how they grew up, so they believe that this is how things should be. Some people are like that. Cinnamon, when will I receive unemployment? You should get it soon, like within the next 7 days or so. Allison, how will my online dating experience go? It's going to have its ups and downs for sure. Um, you have a wish around the situation, which is good. But then there may be other points where you feel like, God, this is like a full-time job and I'm not getting paid for it. And then like it may be a little bit like I can't even keep these guys straight, or whatever the situation is. Um, and then you may at some point get really frustrated with it and stop doing it. And that'll probably when things move forward really well with the Chariot card, because then a Capricorn comes in and so does a Cancer. It's going to be up and down. That's just how it is. Lovely. An old wound, is that the ex or the ex-friend? Well, an old wound wouldn't be a person. It would be a wound that keeps resurfacing, but not a person. The person may bring it out, but like it's like this. Like if you have a fear of abandonment, or if that's an old wound for you, that resurfaces. The players that come in are not the same. Or like if you keep getting left for somebody else, right? The wound is being left. The players that are showing up are just people that show up playing the part. Like we're all playing a role in somebody else's life. The wounds we have are the wounds that we have that need to be healed. We need to do that healing. It doesn't have anything to do with other people. It has to do with the wounds inside us. Not feeling good enough, not being worthy. Somebody else is more important than me. Whatever that wound is, that's what resurfaces. It's not a person, and it's not it's not something that you could avoid, because it's a wound that's inside you, an old wound that resurfaces. It's not about another person, it's about you. um, oh, Cinnamon, I did. Crystal, is Eric is helping me pay half the rent? Is Eric helping me pay half of the rent? All right, is Eric helping me pay half of the rent? I'm only getting a 33% chance that he's looking to pay half the rent, or what? It's 33% chance yes to the answer to that question. So I'm thinking you want him to pay half the rent, and he's not. I don't think he's going to come up with half of it, or I don't think he wants to come up with half of it. New me. Should I burn my Crossroads girlfriend candle tonight? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would do it tonight. Crystal, will I move in with Christopher, and if so, when? It's only coming up 33% chance that you're moving in with him. It may be a ways off. Might not be till next summer. Ram, should I contact him or just let him be for now? Should I contact him? Got a 33% chance, yes, you should. I would wait until Mercury goes retrograde, which is October 13th. I would wait until that time. And then I would say that's a better time to reach out. Justin, how will my future look in the next 3 years? Um, okay, so you have good things happening. You have a new job offer or working in a new business, starting your own business possibly. Starting a new journey or you're involved in a new journey. Seven of Pentacles in reverse would be feeling like all the hard work I finally put into something. Now the fruits of my labor are starting to pay off. Ace of Cups, love cup is full. You have good luck around you and something to celebrate in your love life. No longer holding yourself back. You have something to celebrate. Could be with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Moving past that, you may be upgrading your home, changing homes, redecorating your home. Something very positive happens around the home with the Four of Wands. Mustafa, I don't see the question yet, so let me do Crystal. Is Eric using me to pay rent so that he doesn't have to? I don't think so. I only get a 33% chance yes. Mustafa, how will my future wife and her parents feel if I always took her and got her so many gifts, surprises, travel, vacations, parties, restaurants, and pranked her all the time? You might make them a little bit nervous, but overall they would be very happy. You got the Four of Wands. They may get a little nervous at times, especially if you're doing a lot of traveling. But they would think that she was very lucky and that you had a lot of respect for her. And they may even be a little bit jealous. Ram, how do you feel with everything going on? What do you mean? Like in what way? I don't know what you mean. All right, let me answer for Sue while I wait for that, because I'm not sure what you're talking about what's going on. Sue, will Adam reach out soon and when? You got a 33% chance that he'll reach out soon. It might be a while. It might not be, yeah. You got the King of Clubs. The King could be sometime before the end of the year. Otherwise, it wouldn't be until next summer. Or it could be 12 weeks from now. It could take some time. Let me go back up to the top. Fia, what's next for Kyle, the Cancer, and I? Things can move forward nicely. You got good luck around the situation. He's showing that he's putting in a lot of effort, and you also have the Four of Wands. So yeah, things could be moving forward nicely for the two of you. I don't know where you are in the relationship now, but whatever it is, it should be an improvement. Crystal, will I get my own place, and if so, when? only getting a 33% chance at this point that you're going to get your own place. So I'm not convinced right now. It might not be until next summer. Mustafa. Deja, will Trey text me back tonight? I'm not convinced. 33% chance. I don't think so. I mean, he could, but the chance is slim. Lucy in the Sky, 302. Does it serve my highest good to continue things with the male Scorpio, or should I end things? Okay. Should I continue things with the Scorpio? Cards suggest that you should, but just because you asked the question makes me feel like you're not thrilled. So I would say this. The cards suggest yes, hang on a little while longer. I would set a time. You know, if things don't improve by the end of the year, you can check out. But I would give it a little bit more time because things may change for the better. Mustafa. How would my future wife feel if I scared her all the time by hiding and popping out and put on tons of pranks on her? Some funny and some very mean, but still funny. There would be some times where she would get really, really pissed at you. Really pissed. Like a stabbing kind of action. But for the most part, she could take a joke and she would think it was funny. Yeah. I would be very careful. Like if you're going out somewhere like fancy and she's dressed, I would not pull a prank then. Because if you fuck something up, you're going to get cut. How do I feel about the pandemic? You know, I got a lot of different theories on it. I believe that there's a virus out there. I'm not going to say that I think that it's like a total hoax or that it's total bullshit. There's something out there. I just think that there's a lot more that's going on behind the scenes that we don't know. And I find it I find it very interesting that it's gone on as long as it has. And I feel like we can't trust the news no matter what channel you listen to. I don't care who they are. I just feel like they're being controlled. They have a narrative, and no matter, I can't find any news. So I don't feel like I can believe any of it. I think that what they've done is really shitty because it's really scared a lot of people. You know, because it's the kind of thing where it's like you could have it and not know you have it. Then you could give it to someone and not know you gave it to them, and they could die, and then you killed them. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, it's so uncertain. I feel like you can't live your life in fear, but people are living in fear. Friend of mine, very close friend of mine, was suicidal over this. And I don't feel like, I mean, my dad's 75. He had it. He recovered. He is far from the healthiest of people. I mean, he just is far from the healthiest of people. And he's overweight, and he's 75, and he has underlying health conditions, and he recovered from it. Now, my boss from A&P passed away. He was 42, but they say that he had kidney infection. So did he really have kidney failure, and that's what killed him, and they just put down that COVID killed him, and then the hospital gets paid extra money for that? You know, like, everything is fucking corrupt, so you don't know what to believe. I believe, spiritually speaking, I believe that this is the time where we've been given a shutdown, where it was our opportunity, whether we take it or not, to redo our lives. You know, like, this is the time to end your relationships. This is the time to end the job. Stop going back to the job you hate. Like, now this is your way out. And it's up to us whether or not we're taking that opportunity to analyze where we want to be. So I think that I think that there's more going on than just this virus, but I don't know. There's more going on behind the scenes, and we don't have access to that information, and we never will because nobody is honest about it. We just won't ever know. I do think it's going to end. I think it's going to stop. The madness is going to stop. But I think psychologically it screwed up a lot of people. And that's worse. You know, like to be psychologically damaged and be suicidal over something, you know, because you're being lied to or things are not clear. I mean, at one point, what were they saying? Um, I mean, I was standing outside a shop, right, where like they were only letting X amount of people. I mean, everything is fucked up. Like they closed schools, right? So now the kids only go to school like 2 days a week. But what do you do with your kid for the other 3 days? You put them in daycare. So let me guess, you can't catch it at the daycare, but you can catch it at the school. I mean, come on. I mean, if you're a working parent, what are you doing with your 5-year-old? You have to send them to daycare so they can go to daycare, but they can't go to school. I mean, like nothing makes any sense. And they shut down school on Wednesday to clean everything, but yet the virus should die in 3 hours. So if the virus is in the school, what do you need to close down the school on Wednesdays for to clean? Everything should be dead 3 hours after everybody leaves. So I don't know. There's just a lot of malarkey going on here, and I don't trust any of it. But I think we're going to get past it. And I do think that a lot of things are going to be breaking down. I would not be surprised if we don't go back to a normal school system. I just don't, I think that we're going to do things differently. Whether that's for the better or for the worse, I don't know. But I think things are changing. And I think that that's what's going to happen because of this. You know, like, I mean, especially college. You know, if you're, I mean, I'm not going to send my kid to school for $60,000 if they're going to be in their bedroom doing it on the computer, and then we're going to pay these teachers a crazy amount of money a year, and they just make a video, put it up, and that's it. I mean, that's kind of crazy, you know. But anyway, um, and what else was I going to say about that? Oh, it was the video that I'm going to put up about us moving into the age of Aquarius. I think is going to shift a lot of this virus crap because I think what's happening now is that, first of all, there's an aspect coming up, maybe not until January, that's going to be very helpful when it comes to medicine. So we could have something that they could have a breakthrough in medication or medicine at that point, which then could end this or give a cure or whatever, a vaccine or whatever needs to be done so that it's not so, we don't have to worry about it. Like, now it's like, like my neighbor said, well, I don't want to touch the baby because I just touched the door handle, right? I mean, I understand this person's trying to be respectful, but then I'm like, I touch the door handle too. So if I touch the door handle and then touch the baby, it's like you can only be so careful before you start driving yourself fucking nuts. Anyway, and I think that as we move into now, this is supposed to start. I mean, it's happening now. The change is happening now, this month. But as we start to move in closer to December 21st, I mean, people are going to be exposed for who they are. Shit is just changing. I think this is all going to, like, it's all starting to wrap itself up and come to the end. um, Mustafa, how will I be performing in school as a student for the next 4 weeks? You should be getting the respect you deserve. When you put effort in and you focus, you get the respect that you deserve. Things move forward quickly and you're heading towards all 10 cups being full. You just need to focus. You need to focus on your goals there. Sepia, did pulling my energy back from Ram allow him to realize my absence or take me more seriously and allow space for his own issues? Yeah, you see, you've got the sun coming out over this situation. You also have good karma coming out. It's slow to transform because there's still bullshit happening. And there's still a lot of, like, wounds. There's still wounds. like disappointment, wounds, betrayals. But yeah, I think I always suggest the only time, well, like, I always suggest people pull their energy back when somebody isn't putting in enough effort. You know, if it's a kind of situation where, like, if you text somebody first every day and then they don't answer you for like 3 hours, and then when they do, they're short with you, and then you respond to them and then they don't answer you, like, then, like, that's the kind of situation that I would be like, pull your energy back, stop thinking about them, stop talking about them, try to disconnect so that they kind of feel like you disappeared, because that usually brings them back, because they don't really want you to go, like, they're just all in their own head, they're not thinking about somebody else, or they can't deal. Sometimes people have a hard time dealing with two things at once, especially men. Like, men are usually like, I'm doing this, this is what I'm doing right now. Where women are like cooking, ironing, balancing the checkbook, putting their mascara on, all at the same time. Like, that's just how women are. So I think, so sometimes they take notice when all of a sudden it's like, well, where'd she go? She's gone. And then they'll reach out, or they'll start to, like, put more of an interest in. A lot of times though, like, I'll tell people pull their energy back, and then the person will come back to me and they'll be like, well, I only texted him 3 times, and I'm like, yeah, but that was 3 times too fucking many. But I know what you're saying, and I think that you're doing the right thing, and I do think that you're going to hear from him soon, so I think you're on the right track. Oh, Mel, you can close them, thank you. Mustafa's got one coming here. And then I got to watch that video and make sure that it made sense, because she was in here. I put the cards away so she wasn't eating the cards. While I wait for Mustafa, let me do this. Raxel Forbes. Should I go to the course Ed CD or think of other? Should I go to the course Ed CD? ECD. No, I think that you can think of something better. Yeah, this place doesn't come up high enough. It comes up a little disappointing. All right, I don't see Mustafa yet, so let me do Sandy A, a love reading. Listen to your intuition. Love cup is full and passion comes in with a very grounded earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Happiness comes out around that situation, but you might be undecided when you meet this person. You have good luck coming in. You also have a Cancer coming in that may be nice. If you're not with anyone right now, listen to your intuition. You also have a wish around the situation, and you're about to start a new journey. Got a couple of choices coming in. Mustafa, can you tell me how my future wife's parents would feel if I always showed up in such intense, extreme love to their daughter, and I was also acting like a mentor and pushing her to focus on her goals? They're really going to like you pushing her to be successful. That's a score for you. Sometimes they may think that you're a little over the top with the exhibits of love, but they're going to think it comes from a good place. I wouldn't go too crazy in the beginning. I wouldn't go too crazy right away. I would lay it on a little bit thin in the beginning and be a little bit more encouraging and stand behind her for her goals. That's really going to impress her parents. I mean, who wouldn't? I would be impressed. Mel, will I be successful in helping Dolores find another job? Yes, you will. Pretty quickly, too, I think. Alrighty. All right, guys, that's it for me tonight. I'm going to watch that video, and then I'm going to release it. So you can comment below. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you all very much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.